Everyone, and welcome back to the Content to Profit Live replay. I'm your host, Sophia. I'm so excited that you're here. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to teach you how to turn your content into profit. And today's episode is going to be all about the 4 habits that millionaires have in common. If you are someone who wants to go big in your business, you're in the right place at the right time. Today, I'm going to be sharing the 4 habits that millionaires have in common. Can everyone hear me okay? I'm testing a new mic. Welcome, welcome. Kelly, Jess. Has everyone gotten access into the back end of the PPB program? I just launched with beta access today. I'm so excited. If you haven't checked your emails yet, go check your email to come on board. Yay! Okay. There's also a really funny inside joke. If you go request to get access to the Facebook group, and you're going to see something really funny, but it was a teachable moment for me, and I shared it with you guys in our private community. Hello, welcome, welcome. So today I am sharing the 4 habits that millionaires have in common. And the reason I'm talking about this is I got this really great question. Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate that. I got this really great question from Anna Kay, and she said, I'm just beginning to build my brand, but I want to build a big business like you have shared with us. If you had one word of wisdom, what would you bestow upon me? Thank you for the question, Anna. The one word of wisdom that I would bestow on you right now before you ever build the brand of your dreams is to act like you run the biggest brand of your dreams, that you've built a profitable personal brand, and that you've built a really big business from day one. So that would mean adapting behaviors that really successful people have. And today we're going to be talking about those exact behaviors. So keep watching to learn the four habits that millionaires have to be successful. Literally every millionaire I know does these things every single day and really prioritizes this in their lives. Also, another thing I would ask Anna is are you actually being the kind of person right now who could be trusted with a little bit before you could be trusted with much in your business? For example, are you actually showing up every single day in your routine for yourself, in the way that you start your day, in the way that you express yourself in the world? When you walk into a room, are you showing up in CEO energy? Like, I run a business, I am a respected person. When I walk into a room, because of how I choose to present myself, it's not just about how you dress, it is about the energy. It doesn't have to be expensive. It needs to be exactly on brand for you. What's going to make you feel confident, that is what's going to sell, because that's your energy. And for me, y'all know I have a specific way that I love to brand myself, but for you, that looks different. Now you might say, well, Sophia, you help people build their businesses online. So what does real life matter? Real life matters because that's the energy you show up in. That's the energy you sit down to create in. I'm not just sitting down to create on a Monday morning feeling like a slob. I'm showing up in the fullness of me, whether or not the camera is on, and I'm able to show up in an energy that is completely elevated. So how are you showing up now would be my exact question to Anna, because there are habits that millionaires have in place. And so I would start with an audit of what are you doing now in your life to position you. Not that you're sharing it with the world yet, but position your own mind to show up as the leader. So write this down. Are you actually showing up for yourself? Be honest with yourself. Are you showing up in that energy every day? So in your routine, in your consistency, in the level of intentionality with your communication, with your family, with people you already have. Maybe you have existing clients. Maybe you're building your profitable personal brand right now online, but maybe you have some existing clients and you're going bigger. But treat those existing clients with the utmost best service, because you you have to get this. Like referrals are going to be one of the biggest assets in your business, no matter how big your brand is. It matters what people say once they've worked with you. So always be showing up for yourself, for your existing clients, for your future clients. Okay, but now you're wondering, Sophia, how can you be consistent? How? Like, this is a challenge for me. And this is what I hear all the time. This is why the PPB program that I offered, that we just opened the doors for today, is the program that will help you actually build your brand in 6 months or less. Because what I'm finding as a coach, after coaching for like 5 years in different niches, and now coaching in social media, coaching in strategy, coaching in business, no matter what I've coached in, the number one thing I have in common with all clients that come in is they're coming to me because not only do they need my expertise, but they really struggle to stay on task and not fall off the bandwagon. They need to know what next step to take and not get overwhelmed and just not do anything at all. Fight, flight, or freeze, right? So the most common habits that millionaires have to do with consistency. And I'm going to get into them because there's 4 habits that millionaires have that if you adapt these, you are going to grow your business. But before I get into that, you've got to understand the value of consistency. And I'm actually going to pull a page out of the PPB blueprint, which is top secret unless you are in the coaching program. But today I just want to pull one foundational phase out. Are you guys ready for this? Can I get a yes if y'all are listening? If you're like, yes, I'm on the edge of my seat. I need to know. Yes, we got some hearts. Who's listening? Who is like soaking this in right now? Who is like, you know what, Sophia? I was not made to be average. I want to know the 4 secrets that all millionaires have in their life, all the habits. Yes. Jess says yes. Savoring My Life says yes. Kelly says yes. Okay. Journaling topic this morning was consistency. Okay, Kelly says her journaling topic this morning was consistency versus big gestures that can fizzle out. Consistency is key. Oh my gosh, so in alignment. Chris says yes. Sheree says hello. Pavleen says hello. I love you too. Okay, so here's the thing. What Kelly just said is exactly right. Grand gestures fizzle out. Have you ever started a diet on New Year's and you weren't able to be consistent? Like you start off real strong and then you fuck up and then you get so upset that you fucked up that you just fall off the bandwagon. What's really cool about working with me in the PPP program is you can't do that because we take small steps every day and you've got a blueprint that's laid out for you that makes it bulletproof for you to get to your end result, right? And I'm there along the way. If you're interested in this, by the way, DM me blueprint and we'll see what we can do. We just launched today and I want to make sure that everybody who wants to get into this program can at least get some more information, okay? So if you're watching this and you're watching the replay or you're watching now, you can DM blueprint and we will be able to help you in some way, maybe get you the foundations of the blueprint out at the very least, okay? But right now, I'm pulling a page out of the PPP Blueprint, Foundational Phase 1. The consistency word is scary because that means like you're committed to something, right? Like that can feel really scary to people who have commitment issues, right? But what word I would love for you to lean into, and I'm a words person, like I love words of affirmation, okay? It's my thing. Like it's so funny. My team's like, Sophia, are you a words of affirmation person? Because you're like so nice. Like I've never worked for someone so nice who gives so many compliments. And I'm just like, that's how I roll here, okay? I love words. So if you're a words person, this is going to click for you. Are you ready? Is anyone in here a words person? I want to know. Soulline asks how to keep consistency when it feels so hard to keep going. Okay, this is going to help you. This is going to help you, Soulline. Anyone else here a words person? Like, I can't be alone in this. Commitment issues and words person just says yes, yes, yes. Okay, so if consistency feels like, oh my God, like you think consistency of a cake, consistency of fucking quicksand, like that sounds scary. But the word that I would invite you to lean into is devotion. Devotion. And you guys know I love, 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 love. Hey, Ananda, welcome, welcome. But to be devoted is the key difference. to people who will succeed, people who feel so purposed in their work that they don't stop because they love what they do. You guys, through the last breakup, I have been able to get through everything and build my business to heights like never before because I'm devoted to serving you. I am devoted to making my dreams come true. And I don't let anything get in that way. So what are you devoted to? First, how are you devoted to yourself? Second, how are you devoted to your existing clients? If you have some, they come first. Third, how are you devoted to reaching new clients and helping new women come into your world? If you stay devoted to yourself, if you stay devoted to the existing people, the existing blessings, the existing abundance, the existing goodness in your life and full appreciation, and then are devoted to that growth factor, then you are set up for success. So let's go back into the PPP blueprint phase 1, which, by the way, if you want access to the full PPP blueprint, DM me blueprint now and we will get it out to you. I know how important it is to see how these 5 phases can transform your brand in 6 months or less. So if you're like, Sophia, I don't want to miss the boat, please send me the blueprint. I know I'm late. Just send it. We've got you. We'll be sending it your way, DMS blueprint. Okay, so now that we know we're not just consistent, we're devoted, here's what you need to understand about devotion. Like I said, pulling from the PBB foundational module, knowing your why you are doing something, why you need to help, why you are the one to solve this problem in the world. What is your why? And why do you, not just your why for the world, but why for you? That is a 2-part question. So first, your why for yourself. Why is it important for you to succeed? What happens if you don't? And guess what? That's not a fucking option for us, right? Because we're going bigger, we're going better, we're balls to the wall or titties to the wall, but we are not quitters, right? Right, Rich Sisters? We are not quitters. But why? Why is that for you? Why are you so heavily devoted to this being the thing that you do? Why are you so devoted to your monetary success? Why are you so devoted to your fulfillment? Why does doing this thing matter so much to your bank account? Why does doing this thing mean so much to your purpose and your ability to fulfill your purpose? Because how would you feel if you got to the end of your life and you didn't do the thing that you're like, I wish I would have done that. Instead, I worked this job that I didn't love, or I only went this big in my business. Like maybe you've already started your business, but you're like, I didn't really dig into my why enough. And now I can't go back to go bigger. I'm so glad we love the titties to the wall analogy. Yes. Everyone picking up what I'm laying down. Can I get some hearts? Can I get some I'm listening? Can I get an I'm devoted? I'm devoted. And I want to know why. Can you share why? What is your why? Let's start with your financial why. Drop your financial why in the chat. What does having a certain number in the bank for you do for you that will change your life? Yes. Savoring My Life says devoted. Bring it. What does it mean for you financially? Let's get super clear about that why. What does that mean for you financially? Let's talk. Now, what does it mean for you in fulfilling your purpose? What does it mean for you internally? Is there something that you know you were made to do? And if you don't do it, not just do it little, if you don't do it to your fullest capacity, and only you will know if you went as hard as you could, then you would not feel that you took up the full space that you were meant to take up in the world, that you didn't get to reach as many people as you should have helped in the world. So what is your internal why? And then what is your financial why? Drop it in. We've got Savoring My Life says freedom in my mind and heart to spend money wherever and whenever I'm called. I love that. I love that. I heard this really successful multi-millionaire female coach the other day share something incredible. And she said that money really, when you have loads of money, it shows you who you really are. Because until you have a lot of money, you're operating in a way to get money. Whereas when you actually have it, you get to be who you are and make decisions without having to think about money. And I thought that was a really incredible perspective, which, by the way, if you're just tuning in, I'm going to be sharing the 4 secret habits that millionaires have every single day in their life. The 4 habits that they make sure they're doing. They are consistent because they are devoted. Okay, Soul Line says, her why is because she will be able to support causes and projects that make this world a better place. Absolutely. What would it look like for finances, for riches to be redistributed into the hands of women who would make a difference in the world? Women who would use their platforms to make the world a better place. Women who will actually donate to make change. Women who will give hand ups for change. Women who are going to be sharing something that will change so many lives. And by sharing the great things that change so many lives, and by producing the financial abundance of having employees, being able to pay people, being able to help her customers, those customers being able to help their customers, and just passing on the love, like that's freaking amazing. Sue Robinson says, to be able to give me choices so I can live geographically where I want to be. Ooh, I love that. Where do you want to be? Tell us, tell us, tell us. Love it. Okay, so if you're just tuning in, what is your financial why of why you want to be successful, and what is your internal why? Okay, get really clear with that. Secondly, what are your values? Again, we're pulling from the PPP blueprint. This is how we develop the foundations of our brand. And I'm really excited to share it with you today because I don't dig into the blueprint all at once, and nobody gets access to the full blueprint. Like full blueprint right now. Sue Robinson. Oh, between UK and Spain. I love it. I love it. I love it. And right now we're sharing the 5 phases of the blueprint that you are going to need for your business, but we're going deep into one. So these are some nuggets of wisdom that I have not revealed to anybody yet. So if you're here, drop some hearts because this is potent. What's your values? Now, you might say, Sophia, like, what do you mean values? Like my religion? Like, no, not necessarily. What's your values? What do you value? We put our money where our mouth is, where our values are. So, what are your values? What are the values that you're going to share in your brand? What's really cool about building a profitable personal brand is you get paid to be you. So it's really important that you share your values so you can attract other like-minded people who want to like, know, and trust you. Yay, welcome, welcome. If you're just tuning in, I am sharing the 4 secret habits that millionaires all have every single day. And we're just going through right now and understanding how to stay devoted. And we're able to stay consistent and devoted when we know our why, when we know our values. So what are your values? It's easy for you to keep doing something when it aligns with your values. Are you aligning everything you do in your business with your values? That is going to be the long-term factor to your success. It's like, oh, I can continue doing this because it's authentic to me. Now, 3, the vision of who you serve. What's the vision for your brand? Who are you serving? And the vision you have for the size of what you do, for the impact, for the reach. Working towards a greater picture. What is the vision? What is the vision for the specific client that you're serving? What is the vision for the avatar client? What is the vision you have for her to succeed? If you really care about what you do, the vision's going to carry you through. If you really care about what you do, the vision is going to carry you through, but you've got to paint that picture for yourself. What does that look like? And you've got to paint the picture for her. What does it truly look like for someone to succeed in your program, in your coaching, in your service provider business? And knowing that's what you're showing up for, not only for your own success, but for the success of your clients. Because the women that I work with, we are very purpose driven. We're not just here for profit. We love profit, but we are very much in alignment with what we teach and who we are and how we be. And we make sure that we're always living in integrity. So when you know your vision for your clients, you're able to get up every single day and be so excited, and you're able to stay devoted. Okay, so just to recap, how do millionaires do it? There's 4 secret habits, but it starts with consistency, which I like to say is devotion, being devoted to what your values are, what your why is, what the vision you have is for her. Now, let's get into the 4 secrets, the 4 secret habits. So first of all millionaires have cultivated the ability to make calculated risks. Calculated risk, knowing they're going to take a chance on something, knowing that it is worth it to them to get to their next level, whatever their next level may be. Has anyone here taken a calculated risk in life and can share like how it's paid off? Like for me, I took a calculated risk when I moved. When I moved to Los Angeles with $3,000 in my bank account, and I was so scared. I drove across the country, and like if you know anything about driving through West Texas, that is some scary shit as a single 23-year-old girl. Like it is scary. It is like miles and miles of dust and just like creepy trucker guys. And I drove, my car almost overheated going through a desert, and I made it to LA, and I'm in this huge city after coming from a small town, and I was scared, but I made it. And I beat on every door until I got my first job. For those of you who don't know, I sold adult diapers. Yep, I had a desk job where I sold adult diapers. I wish that was a joke. I wish that was like a marketing story. It is indeed fact. And I took a calculated risk to move there, and it was very risky. All I had was $3,000. But because I took that risk, I had a little fire under my butt to make something happen, and I did. Because every time we have a little fire under our butt and we're committed to getting to our next level, something happens because we feel that perfect amount of pressure, right? So can you think of a calculated risk? I know that so many women are like, I'm so excited to join your program, and this was a calculated risk for me. But I fully trust that you are going to provide the PPP blueprint, and I'm going to get to where I want to be. And that means so much to me. And I know that it's going to change your life, 100%. So maybe that was your calculated risk. Maybe your calculated risk has been opening a business in the past, opening like a brick and mortar business. Maybe your calculated risk was going to college. That's a simple calculated risk. Like you have no guarantee that you're going to get the job of your dreams, right? I'm feeling it when joining the program. Yes. I love it. That's the calculated risk. That is the feeling the fire under your butt, feeling like, yes, I can do this, but it's just enough pressure for me to really dig in and take action, right? I love that. So there's 4 habits that most millionaires have in common, and I just shared secret habit number 1, the ability to take calculated risks. Secret habit number 2, the ability to go all in on your goals. So let me explain this to you. It's not going, if this works out, then like that would be great. No, that is passive. That is being so passive in your life, and honestly, you're not going to get anywhere because you're not depending on yourself to get there. You've got other things like that you have that you prioritize, or you don't really need to make it happen because it's not your number 1 goal. It is time to prioritize you. It is time to go after harder than you've ever done before. And I know you guys, y'all are driven women. Y'all have done things before, but like it's time to go bigger and better than ever before. And if you're listening, you're like, this is my time. It is, sister. It is, but only you get to decide if you're going to stay devoted to going all in on your goals. Because the ability to take calculated risk, that's awesome, but you have to be devoted to doing that again and again and again. 2, the second secret habit, the ability to go all in on your goals, you've got to choose that every day. You got to be devoted to going all in on your goals. And the third secret habit is consistency to take small steps. This is what I was just talking about earlier with Kelly. The consistency to take small steps towards next step goals. Not just freezing, not just fight or flight, but not take, and you end up not taking action because you feel stuck, because you don't know what next step to take if you're looking at a huge goal. But if you are committed, if you are devoted to taking the next right step, and you just, like a little balance beam, one foot in front of the other, what's going to happen? One baby step at a time, one baby step at a time, rather than getting overheated, leaping and jumping and getting overwhelmed and then jumping backwards because you're like, whoa, I wasn't ready for that one. Like, what would happen if you just took a small baby step every day? When you join the PPB coaching program, we hand you the baby steps every day on a silver platter. We hand you the blueprint that is going to make building your brand in 6 months or less so easy. It is the bulletproof way to succeed by setting small goals, and we check in with you and we make sure that you're making progress. This is the way of the profitable personal brand. And if you want this for yourself, it is possible. DM me blueprint and we will get that conversation started so you can learn more about the program, and we can give you, whether or not we see we're a good fit to work together, we can give you the PPB blueprint so you can actually have your hands on that. Bella says she dropped out of college to go to culinary school. She moved to a different state at 25. She joined the food industry. She met her partner. It all worked out. She quit her salary job to become an entrepreneur and more. I love this. Living big, living your dream, dropping out of college is like, it's dropping out of, and I'm not saying everyone needs to drop out of college, but look, my college degree didn't really do anything for me unless you're like a doctor, a lawyer, someone in the medical field. Having a degree isn't as meaningful as truly being an expert in something. In fact, I just had an incredible woman join the program. Let me see. I need to make a note of this, actually. An incredible woman joined the program, and what's crazy is she studied in college for 4 years marketing, and she said, Sophia, I learned more in your master class than I learned in 4 years of going to college for marketing. And that, like, look, I know my shit, okay? If you want that kind of magic, let's work together. I know that I can help you transform your brand. But you don't need to go to college, Bella. You don't, to be successful. That's just the facts of the matter. So I'm really glad that you're living your truth. You become an entrepreneur, and that you're not having to just do what the world says you have to do to be successful. I definitely don't use my college degree. I studied fashion. I love fashion. I love dressing, but like, that is not what I do in any way, shape, or form. And I will say that the calculated risk was still good, even if I didn't get the full reaping of the benefits of that college degree, because like, I learned so much along the way. You make connections. I ended up learning a few things about communications, and working together, working as a team. Like, those are things, those are qualities that I can take away, because I don't believe that anything is wasted, right? Like, I'm sure every experience you had, Bella, you're like, oh, nothing was wasted. Like, I'm glad I learned from that, even if I thought it was a fail at the time. And that's the amazing thing about perspective on calculated risk. But what's really cool is when you leap in with us, the risk is low. The risk is low because everyone who joins the PPB program, we do a double guarantee. So if you work with us and you're like, okay, I'm going to build my brand in 6 months or less, and you follow every step of the PPB blueprint, and for some reason you still wouldn't have built your brand, we'll double your coaching container time. So there's really nothing to worry about here because we're so invested in making sure that you succeed. So just know that it's important to take calculated risk, but be sure to take those risks with people who are invested in fully supporting you like we are in the program. Okay, so calculated risk, super important. Now, what about secret number 4? The willingness to continually learn and consistently make time to grow. So many of us go to college or get good at something, but we stop. We get stagnant. And we don't continue to stay as the expert in our field because we quit learning. Or, you know what? We're open to learning, but we don't make it a consistent part of our routine. Okay? It needs to be a consistent part of your routine to continue learning, to continue getting better, to continue growing. I Dream of Grace says, my outfit is fire. Thank you. I was just sharing how I am not in the fashion industry, but I will say that is something that, I did take with me is as I show up in my personal brand, I'm able to really create the look and the brand that I want to create, the positioning that I want to create in the world through how I dress. And I love being able to teach that in our program. Bella says the PPB was a super easy decision to make. Oh, I'm so glad to hear it, Bella. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I cannot wait to see you in our live coaching calls. For anyone who is questioning, like, hey, I'm thinking about working with Sophia, we have an incredible beta program that is launching right now. And I'm happy to share the PPB blueprint, the 5 phases to help you build your brand in 6 months or less. This has been something so secret, but we are happy to share it with you if you DM me blueprints. And regardless of if we are a good fit, you will get access to this blueprint. So that is huge. DM the word blueprint, and we would love to talk to you. I want to be able to help you build your brand in 6 months or less. I want like Bella for you to be like, oh, this was like a no-brainer decision for me. Because as I just shared, the 4 secret habits that millionaires have. 1, the ability to take calculated risks. Are you continuing to take risk on yourself for what you want? 2, the ability to go all in on your goals. All in, no plan B. You get one life, let's go. And 3, the consistency to take small steps. The devotion to a bigger goal. A huge goal. A devotion to huge values. A devotion to huge whys. But can you be consistent in the very small baby steps? That's going to determine how effective you will be at truly moving the needle. It's taking small steps again and again and again. And for the willingness to continually learn and consistently learn. Like to actually do it. Be devoted to growth so you can be better for you and for your clients. I hope you enjoyed learning these 4 secret habits that all millionaires have in common and unlocking the foundational phase of the PPB blueprint with me. If you want to learn more, DM me on Instagram, blueprint, so we can share the full 5 phases with you. And if you're curious about joining the PPB program, we'd love to have you. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'm so glad that you're here today. Does anyone have any other questions? I'm so glad, Bella, that the PPB was such an easy decision for you to make. It makes my heart so happy. As it should be, though, because you are going to be soaking in so much and be so supported throughout the program. Savoring My Life says, thank you for so many golden nuggets. You are welcome. I'm so happy to serve. I will be here. I believe I am switching my schedule for this live show to be on Wednesdays. So if you're like, I love this, Sophia, let me know if the schedule changes. You'll need to follow in my stories for updates. But right now, the team and I are contemplating switching the schedule to Wednesdays since my podcast comes out on Mondays, which, by the way, there is a new episode of Social Equity. Go ahead and give it a listen. If you're like, Sophia, I want more. I need more. Okay, go listen to Social Equity. The link is in my bio. And if you're like, I want to get my hands on the PPP blueprint, I don't blame you. It is the bulletproof way to grow your brand in 6 months or less. We are happy to share it with you. DM me the word blueprint so we can get it into your hands. Thank you, Kelly. Everyone have an incredible day and go out there and get what you want.